I've performed autopsies on over 500 dead engines. The owners always blame mileage or a missed oil change. But the lab reports tell a different story. According to Blackstone Labs, over 60% of premature failures show signs of chemical breakdown.
Not just wear. The killer was already inside the engine. They poured it in themselves from a $15 bottle.
Today, we open the case files on the additives that secretly accelerate engine death.
We're counting down the 11 ways a quick fix becomes a four-figure nightmare, exposing the chemical weapons hiding on the auto parts shelf.
Stay with me, because after I reveal the #1 engine killer, I'll give you the 3 safe alternatives that actually work. Number 11. The cold start tick. Ever notice it? That faint, sharp ticking from the top of your engine, like a sewing machine.
For the first 30 seconds. It drives you crazy, so you grab a bottle of oil thickener. You want to cushion those parts.
Here's the thing. That bottle is full of long-chain polymers called viscosity index improvers. They work for a moment, but under 250 degrees
of heat and thousands of pounds of pressure, those chains get shredded. The oil actually gets thinner. According to SAE Technical Paper 2017-01-2245,
these polymers begin to shear almost immediately. You're not cushioning parts. You're creating a chemically unstable fluid that can't protect them.
The safe fix is a quality API SP-rated 5W30 synthetic. Catch it early, and it's a $0 fix on your next oil change.
Ignore it, and you're looking at $500 to replace gummed-up VVT solenoids. Let it go long enough, and it's a $1,500 timing job.
If this feels harmless, remember that every major failure starts with a change you can't see. Heard that tick and reached for a bottle?
Tell me the brand you used below. Number 10. The varnish trap. So where do those chopped-up polymers go? They don't just disappear. 3 weeks later,
they've cooked onto your engine's internal parts as a sticky golden brown varnish. I trust it when you can smell it.
A hot engine with this problem has a unique, almost burnt sugar smell when you pull the oil cap. Here's the thing.
This varnish is an insulator. It traps heat and clogs the tiny passages that feed oil to your hydraulic lifters.
That ticking noise you tried to fix? It's now a permanent angry clatter because the lifter is starving.
We see this constantly on engines with cylinder deactivation, and GM even issued a technical bulletin, TSB PIP 5212H, acknowledging how oil deposits
can destroy lifters. An early chemical flush might save it for $200. Wait too long, and you're paying a shop.
$2,000 for new lifters and a camshaft. If that cam lets go on the highway, a new engine will run you $7,500.
Drop a comment if you fought that lifter tick. Next, we're talking about the leaks that bleed you dry. Number 9. The power steering drip. You see the spot on your driveway. A small, reddish puddle that seems to grow every day.
The power steering is leaking, so you reach for a bottle of stop leak. Seems logical.
Here's the thing. That bottle contains aggressive esters and solvents designed to swell rubber seals.
The problem is, they don't know when to stop. We call it an overswell and crack cycle.
The additive makes the seal pliable. Then extreme heat bakes it into a brittle, cracked mess.
The leak returns, worse than before. Pentosan, the maker of high-spec CHF11S fluid, explicitly warns on its datasheets
that any additive can destroy the fluid's delicate balance. A new high-pressure hose is a $150 fix.
Let the additive ruin the pump seals, and that's a $600 job. If the hardened seal fragments contaminate the steering rack,
you're looking at a $2,200 replacement. Meanwhile, in Arizona, where the heat accelerates everything, this $15 fix destroys a system.
In a single summer. Have a leak right now? Hit that like button as a promise to fix it right.
Number 8. The morning whine. Before you turn the key tomorrow, listen. Is your power steering pump screaming for the first minute?
Does the fluid in the reservoir look foamy, almost like a strawberry milkshake? Here's the thing, those seal-swelling solvents didn't just attack the rubber.
They destroyed the anti-foaming agents in your power steering fluid. That whining noise is the sound of cavitation.
The pump is trying to move air bubbles instead of incompressible liquid. It's like a blender with no lid on.
A source at a major parts remanufacturer told us their #1 warranty claim for pumps is failure from fluid contamination.
Often traced back to stop leak additives. A proper flush with OEM spec fluid might save the pump for $180.
If you keep driving on it for a week, the pump burns out. That's $900. When it fails, it can send metal shavings
through the whole system, demanding a new rack and full flush for over $2,500. The sound is your warning.
Record it on your phone so you don't forget to get it fixed. Number 7. The engine honey myth. Your engine is getting older. It burns a little oil, puffs a little smoke.
You see a product that pours like honey, promising to restore compression and seal worn rings. It feels so right.
Like you're giving the engine a thick, protective blanket. Here's the thing. Modern engines are not built for honey.
They're built for a fluid as thin as water that must rush into microscopic clearances in fractions of a second.
Clearances in variable valve timing systems and turbocharger bearings are measured in microns. That thick, slow-moving oil can't get there.
In time on a cold start, you're not helping, you're starving the most critical parts, according to a study from
the American Petroleum Institute, delaying oil flow by even a single second on startup accounts for a massive percentage of
an engine's total wear over its lifetime. You're trading a little oil consumption for a much bigger problem.
If this feels like a smart fix for an old car, the next part will change your mind. Number 6. The coked turbo. 3 weeks later, your car feels sluggish. There's no power when you hit the gas, and you might hear a faint whistle or siren sound under the hood. Here's the thing. Your turbocharger spins at over 250,000 RPM.
Its bearings ride on a film of oil thinner than a human hair, and that oil is also its only coolant.
That engine honey you added is too thick to flow and cool properly. It gets cooked.
It turns into a solid black carbon deposit called coke. I've pulled turbo cartridges that are completely seized,
choked with the carbonized remains of an oil thickener. According to technical bulletins from Garrett, a leading turbo manufacturer,
90% of turbo failures are caused by lubrication issues, either starvation or contamination.
An early diagnosis might let you get away with a $400 cleaning and oil line replacement.
Wait, and the turbo center cartridge fails for $1,800. If the turbine wheel shatters, you're replacing the turbo,
intercooler, and catalytic converter for $4,500. Ready for the next tier of pain?
Subscribe now so you don't miss these warnings.
Number 5. The $3,000 paperweight. Your turbo is now officially a paperweight. The whining siren is gone, replaced by a metallic grinding.
Or worse, silence, followed by a cloud of blue smoke from your exhaust.
Here's the thing. The coked-up bearings have failed completely. The turbine wheels have smashed into the housing at incredible speed, sending shrapnel throughout your intake and intercooler. You're not just replacing a turbo anymore. You're paying for hours of labor
to hunt down and clean metal debris out of the entire system so it doesn't get sucked into your engine.
A Texas dealership recently quoted a customer over $5,000 for this exact failure on a Ford F-150 with just 90,000 miles.
All traced back to improper oil. The base turbo replacement is $3,000. The full system decontamination is $5,000.
And if those metal fragments make it past the throttle body, you just bought an $8,000 engine. If you've ever paid for a turbo replacement, tell us the bill in the comments. The next failure is even more silent and more sinister. Number 4. The deep clean lie. You want to do the right thing? You just bought a used car.
And want to clean out any old sludge before putting in fresh synthetic oil. You buy a bottle of solvent-based engine flush.
You pour it in, run the engine for 5 minutes, and drain the old oil. It comes out black as night.
Thick and gritty, it feels so satisfying, like you've just performed a detox. Here's the thing, you just pulled the pin.
On a chemical grenade, those aggressive solvents are designed to dissolve sludge, but they work too fast. They don't just dissolve it.
They break off solid chunks of it. Chunks that were sitting harmlessly in the corners of your oil pan are now floating free,
Heading straight for the most delicate parts of your engine. Think of it like using a pressure washer on old paint.
You're not cleaning, you're just making the debris mobile. Before you turn the key on that flush, ask yourself if you're ready.
For what comes next? Number 3. The chemical assault. The engine is idling with the flush in it. It sounds fine, but inside, it's chaos.
Those harsh solvents, often kerosene or other industrial degreasers, are attacking your engine's seals and gaskets. Here's the thing.
According to a 2019 study by the independent testing lab Intertech, certain aromatic solvents can cause nitrile and Viton seals
To harden and shrink by up to 15% after just a few hours of exposure. You can't see it.
But you've just aged every seal in your engine by a decade. You've traded invisible sludge for a very visible rear main seal leak.
A slow drip costs you nothing but topping up oil. The flush-induced leak can cost you $1,200 to fix.
Because the entire transmission has to come out. Let it go, and a ruined clutch or torque converter adds another $1,500.
If this feels like a fair trade for a clean engine, wait until you see where the debris goes.
Seen a new leak after an oil change? Tell me the mileage. Number 2, the blocked artery. 3 weeks later, your oil pressure light flickers. Just for a second on a sharp turn.
Or when you brake hard, you ignore it. Then it stays on for longer, maybe until you restart the engine.
Here's the thing. One of those chunks of sludge, maybe the size of your thumbnail, has been sucked against the oil pump pickup screen.
It's a blood clot in your engine's main artery. The oil pump is now starving. It's trying to suck thick oil.
Through a screen that's covered in asphalt. I've dropped oil pans on engines that looked spotless through the oil cap.
Only to find the pickup screen completely blind with debris from a single aggressive flush. This is the moment of truth.
A new oil pump and screen is a $700 job. If you keep driving with that light flickering, you're looking at
$3,000 for bottom-end bearing replacement. And if you ignore it for one more trip, that brings us to number 1.
Warn a friend about this. Share this video right now. Number 1. The smoking gun. This is it. The catastrophic failure. You're driving on the highway, and you hear a deep,
hollow knocking sound that rises with the engine's RPM. The engine seizes. It's over.
Here's the thing. The blocked pickup screen starved the oil pump. The pump couldn't send oil to the connecting rod.
And main bearings that support the entire rotating assembly. Metal ground against superheated metal for just a few seconds.
The bearings melted and welded themselves to the crankshaft, locking the engine up tight. My first job as a tech
was on a 2002 Camry that suffered this exact fate. The owner was so proud of how clean the oil was on the
dipstick. But the pan told the truth. A caked pickup screen and a blue, heat-scorched crankshaft.
A $15 bottle of flush just cost you an $8,000 engine. This is the murder weapon. Don't let it be yours.
Now that you've seen the killers, stay right there. Let's talk about the safe alternatives that actually protect your engine. First, if you must flush, do it slowly. The safe fix is not a 5-minute solvent.
It's a dedicated cleaner that uses polyethyramine, or PAA, like Gumout Regain or Chevron Techron concentrate.
These are added to your oil and you drive for several hundred miles. They clean slowly, dissolving deposits.
At a molecular level, instead of breaking off chunks. The alternative is simply using a high-quality synthetic oil.
Meeting API SP specs. Its detergent package is designed to do this exact job over the life of the oil.
Second, never use a power steering stop leak. The only fix is replacing the failing seal or gasket.
For fluid, always use the exact specification from your manufacturer, whether it's ATF +4 for a Dodge,
Pentosin CHF 202 for a Volkswagen, or Honda Genuine PSF. The chemistry is not negotiable.
Using the wrong fluid is just as bad as using an additive. Third, forget the thickeners. The safe way to protect an older oil-burning engine is to use the correct viscosity
Of a high-mileage full synthetic oil. Brands like Valvoline Max Life or Mobil 1 High Mileage are formulated with robust detergent packs
and seal conditioners that gently swell old seals back to life without the destructive side effects of an aggressive additive.
They provide real protection without compromising flow to critical parts like your turbo.
These cheap bottles promise a simple fix, but they violate the first rule of mechanics. Do no harm.
Your engine is a complex chemical system. Respect that chemistry.
Now that you know how these additives unleash chemical warfare inside your oil, the next critical step is understanding the system.
They attack first. Watch our deep dive on turbocharger failures to see how to spot the signs of oil coking before it costs you thousands.